President Biden is defending his candidacy and ability to defeat Donald Trump in November in his first press conference since the debate. Thank you so much for choosing KTSM 9 News at 10. I'm Monica Cortez.
I'm Andy Morgan. Now, the president answered questions for about an hour about his age and fitness for office as calls from his own party grow for him to step aside. We begin tonight with NBC's Alice Barr, who has the highlights from tonight's press conference.
Hey, buddy.
President Biden tonight closing out the NATO summit while battling an open question about his political future.
I think I'm the most qualified person to run for president. I beat him once, and I will beat him again.
In his first solo press conference in 8 months, the president defending his fitness for the job, saying he's taken 3 significant and intense neurological exams.
In each case, as recent as February, and they say I'm in good shape.
Under a microscope after his poor debate performance, Mr. Biden answered the first question about Vice President Harris with a fumble.
I wouldn't have picked Vice President Trump to be vice president, but I think she was not qualified to be president.
Former President Trump seized on the gaffe online. The president fired back.
Listen to him.
The embattled president pushing back against the growing number of Capitol Hill Democrats calling for him to drop out of the race.
The best way to assure them is the way I assure myself, and that is, am I getting the job done?
He said he made a, quote, stupid mistake heading into the debate with an overloaded schedule.
I just got to pace myself a little more. Pace myself.
While acknowledging the demands of the presidency.
If I slow down, I can't get the job done. That's a sign that I shouldn't be doing it. But there's no indication of that yet. None.
President Biden looking to turn the page.
I'm not in this for my legacy. I'm in this to complete the job I started.
While sending a message to world leaders, members of his own party, and the American people. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
And we mentioned the growing number of Democrats who are calling on President Biden to drop out of the race. However, El Paso Congresswoman Veronica Escobar isn't one of them. In a recent post to Twitter, the Congresswoman saying, quote, "I remain as committed as ever to electing the man who enacted historic investment in climate action, infrastructure, manufacturing, and innovation here in the U.S., and who will continue to fight like hell to restore the freedoms Republicans have taken from us," end quote. Escobar is one of Biden's 7 campaign co-chairs.